from the Don and Lorena Meyer studio at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Journalism and Mass Communications. This is Nebraska Nightly.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Tyler Moore.
And I'm Logan Witten.
On Friday, the University of Nebraska Board of Regents will vote on the current budget proposal for UNL, a projected $27.5 million reduction that will eliminate 4 academic programs as well as nearly $5.5 million in faculty positions through voluntary separation.
The final vote looms largest on the fate of the Earth and Atmospheric Sciences, Educational Administration, Statistics, and Textiles, Merchandising, and Fashion Design programs, the 4 programs proposed to be eliminated, as well as faculty with jobs on the line. With the clock ticking down, let's look back on how UNL got here.
During the summer, the UNL Academic Planning Committee reviewed the university's budget after it was announced earlier in the year that there is a budget shortfall, with cuts considered necessary. On September 12th, Chancellor Rodney Bennett made public through a video and campus-wide email the initial plan to eliminate the shortfall. Qualifying faculty received a retirement offer to help reduce costs through voluntary separation, and plans were made for feedback sessions in September and October.
From September 15th to October 13th, the APC collected feedback through public hearings before deliberating for 10 days to bring a new recommendation to Chancellor Bennett. Bennett then released a final budget proposal on November 10th, which is the current proposal the Board of Regents will vote on.
8 days later, the UNL Faculty Senate passed a vote of no confidence against Bennett. Then, on November 21st, the Board of Regents voted in a special meeting to approve a joint accreditation for UNL and UNMC, essentially merging the 2 campuses into one University of Nebraska. The final step on the budget cuts will be Friday during the Board of Regents' regular meeting at Varner Hall on East Campus, where the board will vote on Bennett's plan. Over the weekend, Lincoln was hit with our first snowfall of the year.
Let's welcome in Nebraska Nightly forecaster Mitchell Brandt to learn about what the weather holds in the future.
About our first snowfall. Cloudy, 34 degrees is what we're looking like outside. It's brisk, and you're going to feel it. That wind makes it feel like about 26 degrees with that 9-mile-an-hour wind. And we look to tonight, Tuesday night, again, we're looking at that 29 degrees, just about what it feels like outside, and it'll feel even colder. Again, we have that 5 to 10-mile-an-hour gusts of winds. That's really going to get you right there, just with this coldness of the year. And we look forward to tomorrow. Again, you're going to see a consistent theme throughout this entire next 2 weeks, 3 weeks even really. Partly cloudy and cold. 34 degrees is our high tomorrow with a decent amount of wind, 15 miles an hour coming out of the north. Cold. That's all. That's the number one word I can give you today. We look out in the Shadowin, 40 degrees. Scottsbluff, 47. North Platte takes the cake at 51 degrees, the warmest. And Omaha, the coldest in the state at 32 degrees. You're feeling it this time of year. We take a look at our snowfall chances. There's not going to be a whole lot left, or nothing really major until we get to the weekend. We have a couple chances for some flurries. Nothing really to expect much like we had this last week. We take a look at the snowfall. We had just over 3 inches this last couple of days, really. It started during the Nebraska-Iowa game, started on that Friday, and kept going all the way into Saturday. Some flurries that came in on Sunday as well. About 3.2 inches, about what we saw on average around the city. Now we take a look at our 7-day forecast. Wednesday, Thursday, 34, 28. We're cold. It's gonna get cold tomorrow night, 2 degrees, and then going into that Thursday, you're really gonna feel it then. We warm up. We get above freezing for a lot of the days, except Sunday where it's cloudy all day. Any day that you kind of see the sun, you see a little bit. And since we won't get to see each other till January, we look towards the rest of the semester all the way to the 16th, and really it all looks the same. Partly cloudy. We're getting into the point of winter, or I guess we're here already, that it looks like it's partly cloudy every single day, and it's just around the same temp. It doesn't have much difference, Logan.
Yeah, the temperatures are shifting into the colder with it's shifting into the winter, and I'll remember to dress warmly and stay inside, keep warm.
Yes, the stay warm is the big impact. Is there night it'll get cold with the wind, and it's going to be cold. Thank you, Logan.
Today, the UNL chapter of the American Association for University Professors held a sign-making event at the Nebraska Union as part of their week of action ahead of the vote on the budget cuts proposal this Friday. Faculty members, staff, and even students were invited to join in making signs in the Fountain Lounge to continue to protest the currently proposed cuts, mostly focused on the cutting of programs. There was a representation from each of the 4 programs currently on the chopping block, making signs to be used throughout the week and on Friday at the Board of Regents meeting. Though not a large-scale protest, AAUP member Crystal Garcia says this event is important to continue rallying support against the proposed cuts.
So the signs that we're making today are really just a sign of solidarity, that we stand against these cuts, that our academic programs are much too important to lose, and folks can use them in any way that they want. They can carry them around campus, they can post them up in their res halls, they can post them up in their apartments.
Includes what is described to Nebraska Nightly as a New Orleans-style jazz funeral procession outside East Memorial Stadium tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. to mourn the potential loss of programs and faculty positions from the cuts. On Friday, the AAUP is encouraging the public to provide testimony opposing the budget cuts during the Board of Regents meeting as part of their Pack the Boardroom campaign.
During the month of December, Lincoln Police Department will conduct a DUI enforcement project focused on preventing impaired driving during one of the busiest travel and celebration seasons during the year. The Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign coincides with the national campaign of the same name and is funded through a grant from the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office. The additional funding allows LPD to provide additional staffing during nights and weekends, which allows officers to locate and arrest impaired drivers, reduce crashes, and ensure safer roads in the city. LPD says December is one of the highest risk months for alcohol-related traffic deaths, especially on weekends and holidays.
It was a busy day here in the Meyer studio as just a few hours ago, the College of Journalism and Mass Communications hosted the Nebraska women's gymnastics team for a media day. It marked the first time a Husker athletic team participated in a media day event at the COJMC. The college has previously hosted girls and boys high school basketball teams the last 3 years. The Husker gymnasts participated in various stations throughout Anderson Hall, including the press conference at this desk, one-on-one interviews with student journalists, and photos in the third-floor studio. This is the first time the COJMC has hosted 3 media days in an academic year as the college continues to grow its do-from-day-one mindset.
In an act of kindness, 2 UNL professors continue a long-time tradition and share a slice of their family holiday spirit for students who are unable to spend Thanksgiving with loved ones.
Nebraska Nightly's Hudson Carrico reports it is as fulfilling for the professors as it is for the students.
Lots of college kids are far from where they call home, and with only a few days of Thanksgiving break, not everyone has the means to make the trek back or host a Thanksgiving feast. However, for Kevin and Amanda Gonzalez, both professors at UNL, keep their door open and invite students to their own home for Thanksgiving.
There are some students who have nowhere to go, and they're stuck in the dorms. The dorms get really quiet, and both my wife and I have been in that experience before where sort of everyone leaves and you're kind of stuck and alone. And so we like to provide a place for people to go who are in that situation.
Starting in 2018, the Gonzalez family has started a tradition where they put together an entire Thanksgiving meal as their way to build a sense of community.
I just want students to know that the motto here, every person and every interaction matters, is something that we take to heart. And I hope that students know that we do care about them, that we want the best for them, and that they feel that.
For the Gonzalez family, the extended invitation to their home for a Thanksgiving meal has a deeper meaning. And both Amanda and Kevin want their students to know that they are more than just students at the Gonzalez household.
We want our students to know that we value them not just as accounting or math students, but as people.
The holidays can be hard and sometimes even lonely, but this shows how much good there is in the world. And the Gonzalez family is just one of the many examples of people coming together for the holidays. Nebraska Nightly, Hudson Carrico, and Dawson Iasillo.
Coming up after the break, John Butler loses his job as defensive coordinator.
And Nebraska volleyball wins a few Big Ten awards. Stick with us.
On average, every Big Ten student wastes 112 pounds of garbage each year, but there's a fix. Make sure you use an Aussie when you dine in and be a part of the change.
Hey, you done for the day?
Yeah, just kind of maxed out on people.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
You know, thanks for asking. I have been feeling just kind of off lately.
Do you want me to
Concerned about a friend? Just ask, and refer them to counseling and psychological services at UNL.
Social media is a daily part of many college students' lives, something we've become used to, but it can also be overwhelming and draining. Studies show that taking regular breaks from social media reduces stress and improves mental health. Too much screen time has been proven to increase anxiety, while stepping away helps you reconnect with the world around you. Take a break. Protect your mental health.
Welcome back to Nebraska Nightly Sports. I'm Griffin Ward. As Husker volleyball wraps up the regular season, multiple players are up for awards. Husker basketball is still undefeated, and a former Husker looks to provide a spark in a new beginning. It was a huge day for Husker volleyball in the 2025 Big Ten Awards. Junior setter Bergen Riley headlined the honors, being named both Big Ten Player of the Year and Setter of the Year. Head coach Danny Buzzboom Kelly was also recognized, earning Big Ten Coach of the Year. Nebraska dominated in all Big Ten teams as well. Riley, Rebecca Alec, Harper Murray, and Andy Jackson were all unanimous first-team selections. Lainey Choboy and Taylor Landfair were named to the second team, and Virginia Adriano earned a spot on the all-freshman team. Maisie Bozinger rounded out the honors for the Huskers with the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award. Nebraska will face Long Island in the opening round of the NCAA volleyball tournament on Friday. Former Nebraska softball shortstop Billy Andrews was drafted Monday night by the Oklahoma City Spark in the Athletes Unlimited Softball League allocation draft. Andrews was selected as the 19th pick of the allocation draft, the second of two drafts by the AUSL yesterday. The expansion draft, which was first allowed the two new teams in the AUSL, the Spark and Cascade, to select from current AUSL rosters to build up their teams. The allocation draft allowed all 6 teams to select players not currently in the USL. Andrews was an two-time All-American for the Cornhuskers, hitting a school record 61 home runs in her career at Nebraska, while earning 4 All-Big Ten honors. Big news out of Memorial Stadium: Nebraska has fired defensive coordinator John Butler after just one season. Struggling to find consistency late in the season, but Butler was brought in to elevate the Huskers' defensive line and unfortunately did not do the job. But guys, I have to say, I kind of like the new I like the new energy that they're bringing in, especially with trying to get a new defensive coordinator in there, just kind of get a new fresh start. What do you think?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, we had a really good pass defense this year. Sierra Wright and the rest of the defensive backs were doing a great job shutting down passing games, but we just couldn't stop the running game. And in the Big Ten, you really need to be able to do that. So what do you think the Huskers should look for in a defensive coordinator?
Absolutely. Someone that can hunker down on the defensive line is really primary for us.
It follows Thanksgiving and comes after Black Friday shopping and Cyber Monday.
Today is Giving Tuesday, the day to give back.
To help someone or some organization that helps others in need. And there are so many ways to do so, not just today, but the entire month leading up to more holidays.
It could be through helping to hand out packed food for your local pantry and food drives. Perhaps donate winter coats for people who need them, or help the homeless by serving hot meals.
You can also donate money to a nonprofit of your choice, whether you choose those options or another way.
This is the day to celebrate generosity and the holiday season gets into full swing. Despite some cold temperatures today, it should be getting better as we go along.
We welcome back Mitchell Brandt with a final look at our forecast. Mitchell?
Yeah, we've got maybe a day or two that looks not half bad, but after that, it's going to be pretty consistently cold. That's about so much as I can say, and you won't have me for until we see each other again in January, but you honestly don't need me because we're not going to have almost any changes. It's going to be consistently cold and partly cloudy for the next 2, maybe even 3 weeks. But I do have to say, it's cold. It's the perfect time for basketball season. Griffin, I know we were talking earlier. There is a good slate of basketball tonight.
Oh, absolutely, and especially with Husker basketball, even though Connor Segan now out for the season, we still have a great lineup, and I feel like we're going to dominate.
And you've got just not even another team. You've got Nebraska women. They're also receiving votes in the AP, 15th in the net rankings. It's an exciting season to be a Husker.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in to Nebraska Nightly.
Be sure to follow us on social media at Nebraska Nightly.
We have just 2 shows left this semester, including our final Friday newscast on December 5th at 4:30 p.m.
We will conclude our fall semester newscast with a special edition of Nebraska Nightly next Tuesday at 4:45 p.m.
Stay warm, thank you for watching, and have a good evening.
Nebraska Nightly is a production of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's College of Journalism and Mass Communications.